Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Prakatwork. I'm really happy and excited to be back on YouTube after a short break, and I'm here with a blue smoky eye look this time. If you guys want to see how I achieved this look, please keep watching. I'm starting off with the Smashbox Primer Water, which hydrates, preps and keeps my makeup on for longer. I'm then using the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer all over my face, which leaves my skin moisturized, matte and smooth all day. And then taking the LA Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan, and I'm applying some on my eyelids to even out its tone and act as a base for my eyeshadow. Once I'm done applying it, I'm blending it out with my fingers and I'm adding a touch of loose powder to set it, for which I'm using the Laura Mercier loose powder. Once this is done, you can start off with your eyeshadow, for which I'm using the Masquerade palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm taking this brown neutral shade with a blending brush and I'm popping it onto the crease of my eyes, and I'm using a windshield wiper motion and also bringing it out a little to the outer V of my eye. For the main lid color, I'm taking a flat brush and taking this bright blue metallic shade for my lid, and I'm packing it 3/4 of my entire lid. What I like to do when I want the pigmentation to be quite bright is I take some extra product and I'm pressing it onto my lid from top to bottom with a flat brush. It really helps pack the product on your eyelid. Now I'm taking a black eyeshadow from, you can just take it from any palette, any black eyeshadow would do, and I am adding depth to the outer V of my eye with a blending brush using the 214 from MAC, and I'm also blending it out to make sure there are no lines or any harsh lines or anything seen. It's all well blended. And then I'm going ahead and I'm tightlining my eyes with the Plum Black Kaajal. What I love about this Kaajal is it's 100% smudge proof and preservative free as well. And the best part is it's also super jet black. It gives me like this gel liner kind of feel. I'm now using this same Kaajal to add a little more depth to the outer V. I want the smoky edge to be quite jet black. So I'm going ahead and using that on the outer edge and I'm smudging it with a pencil brush. After I'm done with that, I'm adding some more black on top of it so that the color can really intensify. Once I'm done with that, I take my 217 blending brush, which is quite clean, and I'm going over the same crease area where I've added the product and blending it again in windshield wiper motion just to make sure everything looks seamless. Now I'm taking the flat brush, wetting it, and taking some of the brighter blue and applying it to the center of my eyelid just so I can get a brighter color. I wanted it to be slightly more brighter. Now that I'm done with the eyeshadow bit, I'm adding my false lashes. And once the false lashes have been stuck, I move on to my base, for which I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in 2 shades, the names of which I will put in the description box. What I love about this foundation, which has now become my staple, my absolute favorite, is that it's not drying matte, but it's like a really natural soft matte finish for the foundation. It is buildable, meaning you can have a subtle medium coverage as well, and if you want to go full coverage, you can do that as well. You can add more product and do that. And not only that, but it gives my skin like this instant bright smoothening, like shine-free finish, and it doesn't even clog my pores, and it's super sweat resistant, which is perfect for Chennai. I would definitely run out of words if I had to say more good things about this foundation, so if you guys can grab hold of these, please do try them. Now that I'm done blending my entire foundation with a sponge, I'm going ahead and color correcting the areas which need a little bit of correction, like around my mouth and under my eyes, and maybe a little bit on my forehead wherever I've tanned or have some pigmentation. Now that I've added the orange corrector to correct any of the pigmentation, I want to brighten up my under eyes, for which I'm using the Cool Tan concealer from LA Pro Conceal, and I'm applying it under my eye and I'm blending it out with the blending brush. I'm using whatever is left behind in the brush to blend out even around my mouth and on the areas where I'd applied my concealer on my forehead and my corrector on my forehead as well. Once that's entirely blended, I'm using the Laura Mercier loose powder in medium deep, pressing the product in soft strokes around my entire face to set the foundation that we have underneath. Now I'm going ahead with the Plum Kaajal, the one that I used to tightline, and I'm using it on my bottom waterline and Look at the amount of pigmentation this Kaajal has. It's so dark and creamy. I love it. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and then smudge out whatever excess is to give it that smoky look. And while I'm smudging this, I'm making sure to extend it to the outer corners of my eye towards my eyebrows, but not really touching it, following the line of the bottom waterline. This way the smoky looks exaggerated and there's a smudged bottom liner as well. I'm going ahead and adding some black eyeshadow to the areas where I smudge my kohl so that the kohl doesn't bleed and it sets in properly, and also the color is nice and dark. After that, I am wetting my same pencil brush and I am dipping the brush into the eyeshadow, where I'm adding the bright blue to the bottom waterline as well, on top of where we added the kohl. This is so that I can have that pop of color which is on top of the eyes on the bottom of the eyes as well. I forgot to mention earlier, but this palette from which I'm using all the eyeshadows, which is the Masquerade palette from Juvia's Place, they have international shipping, and I absolutely love their eyeshadows for how intensely pigmented their eyeshadows are. You've noticed I've used no eyeshadow primer in this video, and the colors are so bold, and this particular palette has nice bright colors as well as neutral colors, so do check out their website if you guys want to pick this up. Now I'm adding some mascara to my lashes to make sure that my false lashes and my natural lashes are sticking together. Moving on, I'm highlighting under my brow bone with the Fenty Beauty highlighter with a flat brush, and I'm blending it out with my finger. The exact shade of the highlighter will be down in the description details. To sculpt and define my face, I'm using the I Heart Makeup contour palette from LA Colors, and I'm using this dark deep brown shade using the 133 brush from MAC, and I am chiseling and contouring the usual places like the sides of the bridge of my nose, under my jawbone, under my cheekbone, and around the peripherals of my face. Since I'm wearing an off-shoulder dress, I also wanted my collarbones to pop and I wanted to define it a little bit. So I'm contouring using the same contour kit. I'm using the darker shade right under and above my collarbones to make sure the collarbone really pops out. For blush, I'm taking the NYX Sweet Cheeks palette, which has 5 matte and 3 shimmery shades. I'm taking a blush brush and I'm sweeping it softly over the apples of my cheeks with no pressure. Now for highlighter, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty highlighter and I'm highlighting in the usual places like in the bridge of my nose, on the high points of my cheekbones, and I'm using my fingers to blend out the product seamlessly. I'm using the same highlighter on my collarbones as well as my cupid's bow to make it pop. I'm using the same highlighter with a pencil brush, adding dots on the inner corner of my eyes to make it brighter and make it look more awake. I'm going ahead and for my lips, I'm using the Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Mason along with NYX Pro Lip Cream Palette from NYX Cosmetics. I usually like to overdraw my lips, so I'm going ahead and doing that with this light ashy brown shade. And once I'm done lip lining, I'm filling my entire lip with the same lip liner and then going ahead and adding a combination of browns from the lip cream palette that I showed you guys. I'm then topping off my lip look with the L'Oreal Infallible Mega Gloss in shade Disco Ball to add a high level of shine and non-sticky hydration to my lips. Finishing off my look with the Smashbox Primer Water, and I'm all done! As always, I am so thankful and grateful that you guys watched this entire video of how I created this blue smoky eye, and I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. If you guys liked and really want to see more of these kind of videos, please make sure to like, follow and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video, and hopefully it'll be very soon. I love you guys. Bye bye.